The honourable member for Cartwright-L'Anse, Clair.
Speaker, to the Honourable House of Assembly of the Province of Newfoundland and Labrador in Parliament assembled, the petition of the undersigned humbly showeth. Whereas the community of Cartwright will be a gateway to the upcoming Mealy Mountains National Park Reserve. Whereas the establishment of a National Park Reserve, a tourism demand generator, will significantly increase the potential for tourism development in all communities of southeastern Labrador. Whereas developing tourism in southeastern Labrador will contribute to the economic, social and cultural well-being of the communities and people throughout the region. Whereupon the undersigned, your petitioners, humbly pray and call upon the House of Assembly to urge the Government of Newfoundland and Labrador to finalize the land transfer agreement with Parks Canada so as to allow for the establishment of the National Park in the Mealy Mountains of Labrador to occur before the 2015 tourism season. And as in duty bound, your petitioners will ever pray. Mr. Speaker, the Mealy Mountain National Park is a file that has been ongoing for far too long, I think 2007 maybe. There's been significant work that have been done around that, and the only portion of that, to my understanding, Mr. Speaker, that it's held up with this land transfer agreement with the province, which I find very sad, Mr. Speaker. Over 450,000 people visited national parks in our province last year, 450,000. And if I could quote from the Premier, Mr. Speaker, it was the Premier that said tourism is a top priority for rural development. Outside the city of St. John's, Mr. Speaker, national parks in this province are the biggest tourism demand generators. National parks. According to Destination Labrador Research, Mr. Speaker, Labrador will experience unprecedented growth in the tourism industry over the next 5 to 10 years, and a catalyst for this, I believe, would be the Mealy Mountain National Park. Mr. Speaker, we have organizations like NCC. They're ready to sign agreements with Parks Canada, which will provide significant capacity for rural tourism. But the money, Mr. Speaker, sadly is being held up until the land transfer agreement is complete. You know, every day in this House I talk about issues in my district and I talk about financial struggles. But yet when we have an opportunity to bring something forward, to see something positive happen, it takes years and years and years. Sometimes if it's a deal that they want to go through fast or money to be released like we talked about last week, deals are made in hours, Mr. Speaker. But here we have a case where a community is waiting. This will breathe life into the community of Cartwright. It will breathe life into Southeast, and it would generate revenue, Mr. Speaker, so that small communities will have a chance not to be so reliant on government services. So it'll probably be my only time this fall, Mr. Speaker, to stand on my feet for this, but I will be up many times in the spring, and I urge the Minister to look at this file. Thank you.